Rev it up, rev it up, rev it up now. Let's go.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long time since we did this. The Revved Up podcast kind of came about on a whim, and ultimately is what took this channel. It monetized it, which is very weird to say, being all the videos that I've already done. But me and Robin have discussed this for quite a bit, and I think we've kind of come up with something that I think everybody's gonna like. Wouldn't you say, dear?
I think so. I hope so. I would like it. I would watch it, listen to it.
Yeah. You will be able to find this wherever you get your podcasts. More than likely, Spotify is going to be your best place to find it, but that's where we're going to put it up first. So, check that out when you get a chance. If you don't want to watch the video, you don't want to see my ugly mug, my wife's beautiful face, you can always listen to it. So check that out on Spotify. I'll make sure I put the link in the description. But what we wanted to do was kind of tone it down. We wanted to bring this back in kind of a more talking point sense. And maybe have a little bit of that Dale Jr., Amy Earnhardt kind of feel. It'll have a little bit of that, a little bit of the Dale Jr. download kind of effect. And I might take some liberties from the Pulp MX podcast if any of y'all have seen that. So kind of a good mix of ideas here. And for this one, we decided it's just going to be me and the wife.
Yep.
Kind of re-intro this thing, have some fun with it. And we will have a guest. I will cover who that first guest is going to be later in the show. I don't want to
put your guesses in the comments below.
Yeah, put them in the comments before you watch the end of it. So
put your comment or your guesses in now. Yeah.
Yes. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you go do that, and we'll see how many people were actually right. And if you were wrong, make sure you denote that you were wrong, please, in a comment back to yourself.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to kick this off with what this podcast is, and I think I'm going to let my wife kind of explain that.
Oh, you're going to let me explain it. I feel like I'm put on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I don't really know how to explain it. We're more of like, okay, we're going for like a better vibe. Like we're chill, we're relaxing, we're just chatting. We're going to talk about like things that we have heard around the iRacing community, like events coming up or events that have happened. We'll cover things like that. We do a lot of charity races around here, so of course we're going to cover that a lot. AJ is so into the technical stuff. Everybody knows that about him, so we're going to talk about tech stuff and just what it's like sim racing as a couple or gaming as a couple in general, because this started off as just sim racing, but now we're getting into other gaming aspects. But we'll talk about iRacing in general and just stuff going on. You want to add to that? I don't really know.
I think that's the best fit. Obviously this first episode, I don't anticipate being a long one. With just me and Robin here, it's going to be a little bit quicker. I would expect that the next episodes, as we start to talk to guests and things like that, it'll get longer. We'll have more things to talk about. This is kind of, I would say we want to focus on the fun aspect and some of the learning that goes along with iRacing and things that, you guys, the listeners, can actually do as well to get better. Right. And you may have some stories that you want to share with us that we'll gladly cover on the podcast, moving forward. So I think it kind of brings everything into like how this fits the channel. Right.
Yeah.
And I think Robin would probably back me up on this. Is I do a lot of videos, right? How to drive cars at certain tracks, how to get better and do certain things. And by no means am I perfect. I've been doing a bit of learning myself lately, I should say. So I think if I can pass some knowledge down, and then we take Robin's perspective from I have fun with it, how do I get better idea. Yep. That's going to be a key thing of this. We'll talk tech, like Robin said, and kind of bring this whole podcast back to the channel. Like I said, the channel got monetized because of an episode that was absolutely outlandish. And I'm sure we're going to have that too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I think this is going to head.
More like bringing our community back together. Like it's so crazy because I feel like you and AJ and I have like branched out into so many different directions. We have met so many amazing people through iRacing, through TikTok, through YouTube, through Twitch, through all of these outlets that are connected to iRacing in some way or the other. We have met so many people, and I just want to bring everyone together. I want there to be like one solid place where like maybe you don't know events that are coming up, or you meet somebody new to bring into this iRacing community, and they're kind of like on this path of not sure what they want to do or what's going on or who they might want to team up with, you know. So if we can just like get everybody together, like it's just about community and like vibing and like getting along, and just let's just all get better at iRacing together as a whole. Make this sim more enjoyable for everyone. And I say sim because it's a simulator. A lot of people say game. It's not a game, it's a sim. And that's what we're doing. So
we're not playing NASCAR 25 around here.
We're not doing that. We are doing iRacing simulator, and we're just trying to get everybody.
I think the whole idea too, and this kind of branches out a little bit into what I'm going to get into here next, but you know, I've kind of taken on the role of community manager for the 87's official series, if you will. And I like to think that I've helped out in a way to where it takes the attitude out of it, right? Like at the end of the day, we all want what's best for the sim or for the cars that we drive, that we like, that we enjoy, right? But how do we do that without, I don't want to say coming off like an asshole, but I think a lot of people, you can't tell somebody's tone via a message, right? You can only imply what they're thinking or how they're saying it. But if you can kind of take the attitude out of it, right? And realize at the end of the day, we're all doing something that's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
You know, I'm guilty of it. I know a lot of other guys that are.
Me too.
It just depends on how you take a certain situation, and sometimes realizing it wasn't that big of a deal. Yes, you wrecked out, but at the end of the day, were you having fun before?
Right. And it's all about getting better.
Yeah. I think a lot of us put so much emphasis on, oh my God, iRating, right? I'll be right there to say it. 4,800 iRating. I'm not the greatest at short tracks. I'll fully fucking admit it. Got no problem saying it. I know there's some guys I raced against. They'll probably tell you the same thing. AJ sucks at a short track.
Not sucks, but isn't the best.
Yeah. But you know, that's the whole thing, is like having some humility in what you're doing, and how, yes, you struggle, you get mad, but realizing that it's not always that guy's fault as to what happens. Sometimes it's just a racing incident, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think our first key point for tonight's podcast, now that we've got the formalities out of the way, what this is going to look like, we're going to cover the WNIS. Granted, it's been going on for months. I've been hip deep in it. You can ask my wife. I've barely seen her.
Mm-hmm.
I've been locked in the basement building setups, which has been
a wild ride.
It's been sometimes through the start finish line, sometimes flying through the air over it.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, or that, you know, haven't followed the channel, maybe this is your first time watching any of this. The WNS is the Winter NASCAR iRacing Series. It uses the 87 cars, and kind of follows a historic track setup. I mean, we've got some newer stuff, but part of that is because we don't have those tracks anymore, or we've got to fill some spots, or we kind of mix it around a little bit. But for the most part, it does follow kind of that 1987 NASCAR vibe, half length races, stuff like that. And a lot of guys like myself, you can ask my wife here, I've put a ton of stress on it this season, I think.
Yeah.
You know, between my own results and then the fact that I'm also building for Premiere, I'm also looking at those guys that are buying my setups results and going, how can I make them better through my own, you know, work? Can I help them out in some sort of way? So there's the pressure side of it, But then there's the fun side of it of realizing my setup worked. I could put Robin in my setup. She could go fast. She could have fun. That's a huge thing. And then obviously if I see guys winning in my own setups for the open series, that's something for me, especially if I'm not one to win a lot of races, but the fact that I have guys winning in my setups, that's a huge thing for me, and shows some accomplishment. But then there's the fun side, which is the fixed setups where I don't have to think about it. I just get in, race, and I don't worry about it. I know, dear, you don't necessarily partake in the car.
Yeah, I'm not a big 87s fan. I know that that's taboo around here to say that, but unfortunately I'm not. So okay, listen, it has grown on me just a little bit. I'm okay at a super speedway. I can pretty much take anything to a super speedway, but the 87 is a struggle for me.
My wife rides
And
the struggle bus some days.
yeah, I try to help with the setups. I feel like because of my lack of knowledge in the car, it's a little bit helpful because if I can drive it, then anybody can drive it.
Very true.
And I feel like that's a selling point. But
well, and I think there's a common misconception too, and I think this is a good spot to kind of put that in, is I think a lot of people think a setup is just going to make you fucking haul ass.
yeah.
And I think that there's a common misconception. Like, yeah, I could build a setup that just rips for 5 laps, but you got to think fuel mileage and everything else,
Long
especially
term.
especially with half length races. And, for a person like you, where you don't drive the car a lot, just having something stable, I feel like is the bigger thing. Like, we can run the stock sets all day long. They're stable, but you kind of, if you don't know what you're doing, you tend to burn the tires up. How can we combat that by fixing the setup a little bit and make it to where, yes, it's a little faster than iRacing, but also not murder the ever living daylights out of the tires.
Right. It's still manageable. It's faster. Yeah. That's the goal.
Now I think that leads kind of into, okay, what kind of preparation level does this take, right? And to me, same idea with Road to Pro. You're not going to go into Road to Pro unprepared and expect to sit in the top 70 in points. It's just not realistic, right? I think, if you haven't driven the car before and you want to make a shot at winning a points title, that's actually a thing. A lot of people don't know that. So I'll just preface that.
That's a thing.
It's for any car, but if you're going to go and do it in this car and you haven't raced it, by all means, run the fixed series. Even if you don't get setups and you're just going to run the fixed series for all of WNIS, that's a thing. Go run the car. Get used to it. And ask people questions. By all means, ask questions. Don't just ask the question of how do you go so fast?
It's not going to help you.
I'll give you the simple answer. Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's and again, you could use that on any car, right? Like, ask specific questions.
Yeah, because the thing is, anybody can go fast in any car, in any setup for 1 or 2 laps. The 1 or 2 laps doesn't matter. It's a race,
Exactly.
a long race. You have to think about it in the long term.
Right.
Practice is really important. Talking to people who know the car, doing your research on it. It's important. When you're getting these setups, are they coming with instructions? Like, or tips and tricks on how to race the car better, Well,
and I think that's something that a lot of other people don't know too, is even any setup you get, if it's from a good builder, it's going to have notes in it.
Yeah.
Read the notes.
Read the notes.
By all means. I put damn good notes in with mine. Could they be better? Yes, always. But, it doesn't matter who you're getting your setups through. You should be reading the notes and knowing what it does. If there's videos, watch them. I've had a lot of people say that my track guides have helped them a ton. And some of them are old. Some of them are 2-3 seasons, but realistically, the car hasn't changed. So go find videos of guys racing the things. Go look at lap times on Garage 61 and make sure you're in the ballpark. Make sure you can run 30, 40 laps at any track and you're gonna have fun with it, because if you're not having fun, it's a wash. Like
Right.
it's
And
like it's like if she decides I'm gonna go do WNIS this year, but I'm not gonna practice.
that's crazy.
That's nuts. I think that's the biggest thing is when I hear a guy say, "Oh, I've never driven these cars before." What?
I mean, hey,
What?
more power to you, but don't get mad. If you've never practiced the car and you go to race at WNIS
Mm-hmm.
and you wreck people and people yell at you,
Yep.
I mean, don't get mad. You didn't practice. You got into a car, you didn't know what you were doing.
Right.
You wrecked out people who did know what they were doing, and that really wrecked their race. So if you're going to go into these races, they're serious.
Oh yeah.
These
Yeah.
guys are not, they're not gaming.
Nope.
Like, I think that's a very huge misconception. And it's something that I have seen actually in social media comments and stuff, where people are
Wh-
saying it's just a game.
Don't get too far with that. We'll come back.
I'm sorry. I'm
We're
sorry.
good.
It's a
You're getting
tangent
little-
I'm very passionate
I
about.
know you're getting a little ahead of
I'm
yourself.
sorry. Okay, I'll hold on.
But no, I think you know, it leads me to the last point on this the WNIS topic is you know, there's kind of that idea of, well, is the WNIS for everybody? No, I'll tell you that right now. If you want to learn what it's like to race a car from the 80s and have some fun with a great group of guys, like there's a lot of dudes that run that car on a regular basis. In the Legend Series, in the WNIS, it is probably some of the cleanest, hard fought racing on the sim, flat out.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say this right now, because I know some of them will watch. The guys that just run the super speedways, they know who they are. They are some of the not you. They are some of the toughest guys to
Yeah.
beat.
They are.
And you know what? We may have attitudes with each other at times, but I can run door to door with those guys and we can door bang off of each other at 200 plus miles an hour and have a fun time and not kill the field doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there's
Because
always
they practiced.
there's always the exception. And when I'm talking the super speedway guys, I'm talking the guys that are usually in the top split with me that we run with each other all the time. You know what that guy is going to do before he does it, right? And that's another key thing by racing that car more exclusively. And this could be any car out there. If you're an A guy or a B guy or a C guy, if you're in that car exclusively, you get used to running around the guys that you see all the time.
Yeah.
Just like the NASCAR boys do. Because of that, you get to know how those guys race, and you know when somebody's going to do a stupid move, when somebody's not going to do a stupid move.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is where that practice comes in.
Consistency
But
in practice.
If you're going to go out there and try to drive this car like it's the A car and just flat foot it and rip through the field, I'm going to tell you right now, you're in for a long, long season. I've seen a lot of top split guys try to do it. And some of them can do it, but you better learn to hang on. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, anybody could race it, but the big thing is doing your homework and knowing what you're getting into before you do it. If all you want to do super speedways, that's cool. Still do your homework, please, because it's going to make the racing more enjoyable for you. It's going to make the racing more enjoyable for everybody else around you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people are going to say, well, what about that guy that just wrecked the entire field 3 weeks ago? Should have practiced. There's always going to be a guy, right, that doesn't practice, that doesn't put the time in, and that's fine. Some guys, it's a hobby to them. Ask her. When I get racing, it ain't a hobby anymore.
It's
Sorry.
not a hobby. This hasn't been a hobby since it started. It might be a hobby for me.
Yeah.
I could technically say it's a hobby for me. I'm not like, anyways, but for AJ, it is not a hobby. This is serious, and that's
Well, I think, and we'll get back to this too with when we get down to the state of iRacing. But I think a lot of people fail to realize that some people take it very seriously.
Oh, so seriously.
Like I'm a very competitive person. It's not just in this sim, the bike too. Like I'm just a very competitive person. I always have been, always will be, and I love racing. You couldn't take that out of me. even
Yeah.
on the street sometimes.
X.
Disclaimer: don't do that. Don't do that.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
Drive responsibly. Responsibly.
What's that? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mhm.
So like I said, the WNIS is pretty much for anybody that wants to try to do it, and you may find that the 87 is just not your cup of tea, and that's fine. I encourage anybody to try and drive it, because it's a real fun car. When you get down to brass tacks, even if you hate the thing, there is something rewarding about sliding the car at Daytona at 200 miles an hour, catching it and driving it away.
I will agree with that. Okay.
Okay,
So
that's what I
if you
thought.
are somebody who likes super speedways like myself, I will consider myself basically exclusively a super speedway racer.
Just
I
don't
don't
put
know.
her on a short track.
Don't put me on a short track. I don't think I could do that. But I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, this car, especially if you like super speedways, if you want to try it out, super speedway, I think is in my opinion, the best place to take it first.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But definitely practice. Utilize the AI. Do they have AI for
Yep.
87s? Okay, so
Yep.
utilize the AI in the sim race or in iRacing to practice.
Then then I would say move to like the mile and a halfs after
Yeah.
that.
Do they have 87s in Draft Masters?
Yes, they do.
Because we feel certain ways about Draft Masters. I like it sometimes. I don't have any. I know it's a mess, but I'm going into it knowing that it's Draft Masters. Do you know what I'm saying? But
Preface:
anyways,
she's insane.
I am insane. But I go into it knowing it's Draft Masters, so it's not the end of the world for me. But when it's more serious, when you're more serious about your iRating, practice the car and the AI, and then
Yeah.
take it out to an official or something.
I would agree.
Or maybe try to find somebody who has a hosted 87s race.
Yeah.
Probably not very often,
Yeah.
but you
Yep.
can find them sometimes. Go into a hosted, and then you can race with people that aren't AI, and then then move on to the
the
official.
transition over.
It's just an idea.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're gonna transition into the next segment here, which is gonna be a very interesting one. This is gonna open some doors into Robin and AJ as a couple. Let's just start there.
Ooh, this is fun.
So we're gonna move into the sim racing and gaming as a couple segment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just Well,
How would you?
I got some key points that we're gonna work through here, but the first one is balancing sim racing in real life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm terrible about
So bad.
that.
At least he admits it.
I fully admit it. I am terrible about it. And I would say it's probably been the worst right now, just because of how much work I have to put in with the Premiere stuff. Obviously once my building side of things calms down, a lot of that's going to taper off.
Yeah.
But I'm not good at it. I'm terrible at
all.
it, and sometimes I put myself into
Predicament.
scheduling conflicts that she wants to me.
Mhm. Yeah, that is very factual. Like JD coming to visit us and you running the Daytona 24.
Okay, that was a giant clusterfuck, and I'm gonna say this: the reason that was a clusterfuck, he had all that stuff scheduled by what? Start of December?
Yeah.
I think it was start of December. We didn't get the special events calendar until 2 weeks before Daytona.
That's not true. We had it weeks before. We had it at least a month before, because we knew the week after that we booked his stuff that was the Daytona 24. So it was the week
at
after.
least 2 weeks.
No, it was the week after we booked it.
Okay.
So
I'm not doing that shit
at the time
again.
At the time when we booked JD's to come here,
Yeah.
we didn't know that was the 24. Well, now we know in the future that AJ is not going to run the 24 when we have a visitor here. But that's something that will
yeah, we'll get to that further down. But I guess the other thing is, or the next little key point is supporting each other in sim racing. I try to do a damn good job of it. It pisses this one off because she doesn't like when I tell her that she's doing something wrong.
That's not true. I literally listen to you all the time when you're telling me what to do. I may get frustrated because I have a different learning style than you, and the way that you're explaining things to me I don't know all the technical words. Like and I'm going to say this and everybody's going to hate me. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Okay. I love racing. I like NASCAR. I enjoy it. Like, I find it all to be so fun. But like, I don't know the terminology sometimes. He gets so frustrated with me when I'm like, what is it in the setup that I'm supposed to change? And he's like, the right rear spring. And I'm like, where is that? And he goes,
says it.
Does it? Yeah, we argue about that, but whatever. I mean,
But I think too, you tend to, like, you'll listen to Tom more so than you will me, especially when I tell you that you're doing it wrong and he tells you a different way that you're doing it
because
wrong.
he's so much nicer when he tells me. He's so calm. When he literally, Tom is, I'm going to tell you all right now.
The man that's a ball of rage.
Tom is the best spotter. For me, anyways. He is the best spotter. He is so patient with me. And even when he gets mad at me, he'll be strict. And same for Phil. Phil's the same way with me. If I'm not listening to him, he'll like, rah, 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 and I'll just listen. Okay. But they're doing it in a nice way. Sometimes I think you forget that I need you to just be a little nice to me sometimes.
Sometimes I'm trying to be nice and you're still mad at me.
You should be a little bit nicer to me sometimes.
Oh God. Well, I think that leads into a great point, and this is something that you've done recently, of when to kind of step away.
Yeah. So stepping away is a great idea for some people when they get burnt out. We do fast car and slow car. Last year was our first, well, obviously it was our first year doing fast car in 2025. It was amazing. It was so much fun. I run race control with a couple of other, I don't know if you want me to, am I allowed to name people?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have co-race control people. I have Dennis with me. I have Scott with me, and sometimes JD is with me, but like race control is hard for fast car and slow car. I don't know if anybody's ever, if you're listening to this and you've raced in it, you know, it's so much fun, but it's also tedious. Very chaotic.
Yeah.
We have such different rules in fast car and slow car than you do regular racing. And so as race control, I have 4 monitors and they are all being used during that. I have race control software everywhere to clear black flags, give wave arounds, like all that crazy stuff. It is whatever. And then there's so much anger that comes out of people sometimes during these races that there's like drama that happens afterward. And it's like exhausting to deal with it because how deep am I allowed to go here?
Let me look through my notes. You can keep going.
So but how deep am I allowed to go? Because
our next segment's gonna be the state of iRacing, but I want to get through this part first.
Okay,
so do you want to
the thing I get frustrated with is like the drama that happens after the racing, which I get that it's going to happen. It happens all the time everywhere. It's fine. I get it. But like sometimes I just need to take a step away. So after fast car and slow car ended, I decided I'm going to take a break. And also I do the Liberty Racing League, the Super Speedway League. That is so much fun. There is a lot that goes on in that league as well. So they both I think they both ended around the same time. I think Liberty Racing ended and then fast car, slow car ended shortly after that. I was burnt out from both. So I needed to take a break and I did. And now I come back and I just race random races here and there. Liberty Racing League is back up. I didn't race at all between the time it ended to the very first race that I went back to.
Right.
It's good to take a break. Stepping away is good. AJ needs to take a break. Sometimes he won't do it. So
I don't want to get rusty.
I don't think you'll get rusty. For you, it's like riding
bullshit. Go ask Dennis. He wound up getting a job and got rusty. He'll tell you.
You're not Dennis, so
it still happens.
I know, but I think because you spend so much time, you're not going to get rusty. Yeah. Sometimes it's like pulling teeth to get you to take a vacation with me.
Which brings us to another point or talking point of communication.
We love that.
Sometimes I'm terrible at it. Wait, did I say that loud enough?
You're not. I mean, something that we're just, we're learning together. especially becoming what quote unquote business partners
Oh
now.
God, what? Why the fuck would you say that?
I mean,
Bus-
it is what we are.
You're
We're
my wife.
I am your wife, yes, but also all I'm saying is now becoming quote unquote business partners, which we've not just knew, but um
As I hear the dog going nutso over something, um, that would be the tiny terror in the background.
yes, I'm sorry for that. Anyways, the communication is very important. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Speaking of communication, I can't
Yes,
communicate now.
yes, because the tiny terror is going off. But I think the thing that I'm terrible about with communication, like we talked about at the start of the segment, is communicating what I have on my schedule, what's on my plate, so we can get back to the other talking point of balancing that sim racing real life stuff, right? Which
Yes.
is in the next couple of months. I know we talked about this the whole way back from the RV show today about everything that we have going on
Yeah.
between my work stuff, my real world work stuff. We have a teenager graduating from high school, which is going to make things interesting for a couple of weeks. And then everything else that we have planned. It's just I feel like everybody sees us on stream 99% of the time, and it's all sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, and lollipops. Well, guess what, folks? Just like any marriage, it has its trials and its tribulations.
It sure does.
Especially when I'm involved.
No, it's not you. It's me too. It's both of us.
It's not you, it's me.
It's
I
not
can't
you.
be
It's
with
me.
you until I'm a better person.
It's not you. It's me. I can't be with you until I'm a better me.
Oh,
Just
Jesus
kidding.
Christ. Yeah.
No, we've, I think that we're doing great. I think we're doing great.
And
The dog agrees.
The dog apparently enjoys it too. So I guess that gets us to the last little talking point here. So do you have any advice for couples that game together?
Are we talking about gaming or sim racing?
Well, both. I feel like that's kind of encompassing, if that makes sense.
I would say be patient, be understanding. And like if you're not interested in what your partner is doing, gaming, find something that you are interested in. You don't always have to be doing what they're doing. You don't always have to be
Right.
around them. I started off, I was not really a gamer. I played Call of Duty, I played The Sims. I was big into The Sims.
Right.
That was like the basic of what I would do as far as gaming. And then AJ started doing iRacing. So then we met all these people in Discord. Well, then all these people in Discord are doing all of these other games. And so things just kind of you hear things from people. So
well, in to that point, I feel like finding a group of people, like especially if you and your partner, you'll play the same games, but like maybe one's more invested in another one than this or that, right? But if you find a group of people that, okay, yes, you guys found this group because of one game, but they all play a bunch of different games, and you guys, you kind of have virtual separate time, if that makes sense. Like everybody says, oh, you have to have that time as a couple to like, okay, you do your thing, I do mine, but we still have the same thing, right?
yeah,
And I feel like it adds that, if that makes sense.
it
But
does.
so that way, like I can go race, she can go play
Arc Raiders
or
Fortnite.
Fortnite or whatever. And we have that alone time, but then there's times where I'll be in a voice chat with her while she's playing that and I'm doing some racing. She can still watch the racing, but she's not like actually in sim. And then maybe she'll decide she wants to race later or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, I ain't playing Fortnite.
Which is fine. I don't think that you would like Fortnite. I think you'd
Probably
like
not.
Arc Raiders, but I don't think you'd like Fortnite.
I definitely think I'd probably get down on some Arc Raiders just based on what you've showed me. But
so much fun. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But
the Fortnite thing is too kidsy for me. Sorry, JD, it's never gonna
it's
happen.
not even kidsy. You don't even know how many adults play that game. But
I
anyways,
don't care.
I
I don't
digress.
care.
I'm not going to argue with you about it.
Okay, we're not
I'm not going
arguing.
to argue. But I do think that being supportive of your partner in what it is that they like is good. So thank you for being supportive of me liking Fortnite, even though you don't like it.
She's really good at it, which is weird.
I am pretty decent at it, actually.
I challenge anybody. My wife's probably better than your wife.
Nope. No. Definitely not. No.
A bullshit.
Maybe if it's somebody that's never played Fortnite before, then I could probably beat them.
Maybe. But all right. Well, I think we'll move to another segment here. The state of iRacing.
Oh,
I think. Oh man, where do I start? I think we were all hoping that when NASCAR 25 came out, it was going to get better.
Yeah.
I really thought
there would be a separation in gaming.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys that, okay, we didn't get a good NASCAR game. They came over to iRacing. Totally fine. And I'll be the one to be straight up. I'm a guy that started playing post-COVID. You hear everybody talk about the pre-COVID days, how much better it was, how awesome it was. I think anybody that got in post-COVID or during COVID, I think a lot of them get a bad rap. Because I know a lot of guys that are fresh post-COVID and they're great racers, and so I think that there's kind of a bad rap there. Yeah. But I think there was a misconception that when the new console game came out, we're going to see a lot of those console players go back to it. And I think at this point they spent so much money, buying a rig, getting a wheel and pedals. They're already this far invested. I don't think we saw as many people move over as we thought that was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. Maybe you decided the sim racing is your thing. But I think there's a lot of people that want to try and still play iRacing as if it's NASCAR heat. And this comes back to what we were talking about guys like me who take it very seriously, especially when you start getting into those 3.5K and up splits. Them guys ain't playing games.
Listen, there are so many people on iRacing who take this seriously. And it gets so frustrating when there are others who come in and they just treat it like it doesn't matter. There are people who are trying to go, what is it? What is the pro? What is it called?
You can do pro or world-class license.
Yeah. I mean, there are big things you can do in iRacing. And I don't think that there are people that go into this even knowing that.
Yeah.
And I wish that there was more information out there about this, because if you look up iRacing, are you thinking that it's just a game, or are you realizing that people do take it seriously, when you download it?
And I think this is going to sound kind of, I don't want to say elitist to say this, but I feel like there's a lot of people that get it on Steam and go, oh, I bought it on Steam. It's a game. And I think they play it like NASCAR heat. And I don't think that they realize the consequences, because iRacing can kick you from the service at any point and any time for the things you say and the things that you do.
Yep.
Like there's consequences. It's not like it's a Call of Duty lobby.
Right.
Like, and even Call of Duty's gotten to the point now where, you can't
take your voice away or something.
You can't say certain words. Like George Carlin said, the 7 words you can't say on television. If you can't say them on television, you can't say them in there because AI will catch it and kick you.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of people that look at that and go, oh, I got it on Steam and this great game. And I don't think they realize that, like, you have actual NASCAR drivers, you have F1 drivers, you have sprint car drivers, dirt car guys. Like, there are actual drivers on there that use it as a training tool. That you can say, oh, you should be doing hosted. No, I pay money for a service, and I expect a professional level service, right? It's not like we're spending $5-10 a month. I did the calculation the other day just because I started doing my taxes. I've got probably $7,000 into what I'm sitting in. By the
And
time
that's
you
just
figure,
his.
yeah, by the time you figure in the PC, the rig, the monitors, all of it, and I'm
Yeah.
on the cheap side because I can
Yeah.
do all this shit myself. So I think people need to take it a bit more seriously, and if that's something that you don't want to do, that's fine, but be mindful of everybody else.
Right. Like there are races on iRacing you can do that are not serious. And if you want to be part of those, great. But like when you're getting into these races, these official races like the WNIS, and you're going in there and you're screwing around, knock it off. Sorry.
No,
And then
I
also,
think
and
that's a great
also,
point.
if you are somebody who just started iRacing and you're like still in the rookie class or something, and you're thinking, man, this is shitty and I don't like it because all that happens is that I get wrecked. Find the right people.
Yeah.
Find the right group of people
Yep.
and like learn more. Don't be afraid to reach out and be like, hey, do you know of any communities I can join? Because they're out there.
Right.
And there are people who take it seriously.
Yeah, because I started iRacing. I didn't know anybody.
Right.
I
Yeah.
found Corn through YouTube. We created an entire place because he didn't know anybody either.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's how this whole thing gets
And then
going,
they
right?
found JD. Yeah.
Yeah, and then JD came along, and it's been a fucking whirlwind of
It's been a wild
stuff.
ride the last 3 years.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because
for sure.
we've been doing this for at least 3 years, right? 4?
I'm going on 4.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking wild.
Yep. I think to kind of touch on, we talked about where iRacing struggles a little bit, right? There's definitely some strong suits, like the chance to get to drive any racetrack in the world with cars that are, scanned solidly and they react just like their real world counterparts. I think that's probably a big thing, but there's a lot of things that I think that they could fix, and I think most of it stems from racer etiquette, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but we had that Robin Reacts from a while ago where that kid basically told some guy he could unalive himself. That shouldn't be happening in lobbies. Sorry. I can hear the dog going nuts.
I honestly wish that they had a stricter way of when you register for iRacing, of like actually validating who you are, your like age,
Yeah.
I guess. Because
Well,
I'm not trying to say that young people shouldn't race. I think they
right.
should. Young people should be on iRacing. But I think that that's when they need to be coached and they need to, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting myself into some hot water here. I should just stop talking.
I don't think so, because I think, young people are impressionable, right?
Yeah,
Um,
we've seen young kids improve
yes.
tremendously. There
I've
is
raced.
somebody that we know that has improved tremendously from when we first met them, and
Oh yeah.
it's amazing to see. That's all. It's amazing to see.
True. So I think, if you're new to iRacing, and this kind of comes back to finding a community, right? Like, if you're new to the sim and you're absolutely struggling, you want to find the fun in it, you've got to find a group of guys, like a Discord group, guys that you race with that you actually enjoy spending the time with. Is going to make your time in the sim a lot more enjoyable. Because if you do that, then you do the hosted stuff, you do everything else. It just, you kind of have like a racing family. You got spotters, you got guys that you can race with, you got guys that can help you test things. And I think, for a new player, it makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah. Sorry, I get a little emotional.
I was going to say, there's no crying in racing.
There's no crying in racing. I'm sorry. I just get a little emotional. It's like a proud mom moment sometimes,
And for the veteran racer, and this is probably even for guys that have been on the sim longer than I have, because there are guys that have been on since day number fucking one. But I feel like I kind of fall into that category a little bit. You're going to hit a point where there's going to be burnout, right? And it's all about balancing. And at that point, like, I do a thing where I'll put everything into a full season. You know, I'll do an entire season of 87s. When that season's done, I hit and miss for the next season.
Yeah.
And then I try to on and off. Now, if I do the WNIS, obviously that's an entire fucking year thing. I didn't do last year because I did the year before. By the time I got done with that, I was fucking done. I was so pissed off with the NIS that fuck that race. And you'll probably say, "Oh, it's WNIS, your top split." Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that. Why do we do it? I have fun with it. But even I've got to kind of go, okay, I went and did this thing. I got to step back. I'm not going to race in that car again for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think balancing it, figuring out, again, it kind of comes back to that work, or not work-life balance, but, you know, gaming life balance. If you find a good balance, stick to it. Whatever works for you, keeps you sane, keeps you wanting to climb in your rig. Because again, if you've been at this long enough, you know how much you've gotten to that rig. It kind of looks stupid to have it sit and collect dust, right?
Yeah, it does.
So, you know, I know, you know, you probably feel this way because we've got, you know, the wheel, the pedals, the wheel stand. At times you look at it and go, man, it's just collecting dust.
Well, when I had it just sitting there, when I took
Yeah.
a break, I mean, I'm like, am I ever gonna plug it back in? I honestly was at the point where I was like, I don't even want to look at this thing.
Right.
I was this close to getting it out of here.
Right.
But you know, I didn't do that, obviously. I kept it and I've been racing, but
Yeah.
just seeing it sit there can be kind of sad. So make sure that you're not overdoing yourself too much to the
Right.
point where you're looking at it and hating it.
Right. We already kind of touched on community behavior a little bit. I think we got that out of our system for this episode. I'm sure we'll cover that a lot more in future episodes. But the last thing that I have as far as like the state of iRacing, you know, especially if you're in practice lobbies, again, ask questions, figure out how to get better, because that's the only way that you're gonna get better. Like, you can try and drive a car to your heart's content and try to wheel the hell out of it, but maybe you're doing it wrong.
But be patient with those that you are teaching.
Yes. But the other thing to that is, biggest lesson I've ever learned in racing: learn to lose. Because you are going to lose more times than you will win. Flat out. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a fuck if you're Dale Earnhardt or Jimmy Johnson. Boom, confetti. You're gonna lose.
Boom, confetti.
More than you win. So learn to lose. And when you learn to lose graciously. Because when you do that, you will have more respect than if you didn't. All right. So I think the next spot we're going to go to, we're going to touch on some sim racing tech and trends. And this is kind of where I'm going to talk more than
This
she is.
This is going to be an AJ segment.
I mean, she'll have some insight into
Grab
this,
your tea and just listen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's some people that don't want to listen to me. But so, you know, I think we'll just kind of get right into it. Is like, there's a lot of things that I think a lot of people don't think about when they're setting up a sim rig for the first time. I know I didn't, because I didn't know shit about it. But I think if you dig enough into kind of what a normal sim rig looks like and how do we get there, and how deep am I going to go into this, right? The one thing I wish I would have done right off the bat is went to triples. Because of the amount of view you can have, right? You get your side views left and right. You can see a lot of things. Some people don't like the triple monitor. You could go the 49-inch ultra wide, however you want to do it. Yes, she hates the triples, and
I'm not a fan of my triple monitors. Again, who knows?
But some people say, well, why not VR? And I'm going to tell you single-handedly, and a lot of people are going to say I'm fucking crazy, but as a guy that has worked in this field for long enough and know enough people that have VR, unless space is an issue, the amount of stress in your machine is going to fucking kill it.
Yeah.
I see too many guys that have had headset lockups and all sorts of shit. Just fucking do yourself a favor and go triples. VR, while cool, and yes, you can look all the way around the car, and it's, I'm in the car. The amount of times this shit'll crash, I'm good.
During a race, and then it
Yeah.
ruins everything.
You want to go play with it in fucking AI sessions, go for it. But to me, VR is a
You have no
fad
use for
that,
You have no use for it.
nope. VR is a fad that it's hot, it's bulky. Some people want to puke because of it.
I've heard that a lot.
How many sim rigs did we test at Sim Gaming Expo that all had like 45-inch triples?
All of them.
None of them had VR.
Nothing had VR.
So,
I don't even think there was. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think there was even one. Oh yeah, there was. There was one VR section, and it was a maze.
That's
It was
right.
a maze simulator, and they were using VR for a maze simulator. But all of the iRacing stuff, nobody had VR.
Yep. Like I said, I wouldn't waste my money on it. It's too stressful on the damn machine, and I can get triples run 120 FPS on a 4070 Ti all day long. Why waste my money on another $1,000 worth of shit when I've got, and you get it, and she can attest, I bought all these screens refurbed, 32 inches, $117 a piece. You don't need brand new.
Nope.
Take it from an IT guy. These fucking things will die.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I spend that kind of money? Unless it's a 49-inch ultra wide. At that point, I understand it. Get them warranted. Those things are expensive enough. They're $1,000 their own right. But if you've got 6 foot of space, you can fit triples. Just saying. My wife's been in this office. Yes, hard to believe. My wife, yes, I'm married to that woman, has been in this office, and there is room to move in here without issue.
I think our offices are about the same.
Yeah, roughly
size.
speaking.
I'm right above him.
This is 12 by 10, so just do yourself a favor. Just do the triple thing. But so kind of moving on, and this kind of goes with our getting better thing and things that you'll want to kind of focus on, right? Your overlays are going to be a key thing, because once you start using overlays, and I think Robin could tell you the same thing, it's much easier to know what's going on in the race.
Yeah.
And to know where you're at, right? Like that's huge in its own right.
Track map is the most important thing, in my opinion. I live by it. Not the most important thing, but it is one of the most important things.
I think second.
If my track map does not show up, even though I know it's a freaking oval, obviously I know what an oval is and I know where I'm going, but on the track maps, it shows you where everyone else is. And so like if you hear a wreck somewhere and you can't see it, you can look on your track map and see where they're slowing down. So then you at least know. There's there's so many benefits.
Well, and if there's a big wreck and you're way back, right, you can see the little blob of cars all of a sudden stop.
Yes. You slow down or you know what to do.
Or if you're on pit road and you're fixing damage.
Yeah.
I can see where that group is at and go, okay, I know once they hit here on the track map, I got to go.
Yeah.
But there's 3 things that I use on a constant basis. Most everybody's seen it on my screen. I've got the relative, I've got my blind spot indicators, and I've got my track map. Granted, I do have the advanced panel because I just like how it color codes a little bit better as far as what gear I'm in and shifting and that sort of thing. I don't pay attention to the iRacing dash anymore, but I think those 3 things right there, bar none, the best idea that you can come up with.
Yeah.
So
overlays are very important.
Yep.
What do we use? I can't remember. Race Labs?
Race Labs for both of us.
I like Race Labs.
If you don't want to pay a bunch of money, I know iOverlay is equally as good. The only reason I stay with Race Labs is I don't necessarily use the relative time. I look at distance, and you probably think that's fucking crazy. But time is relative, and I'm not going to get into Einstein's theory of relativity here, but if I know every time I go into turn 3, I can look at that box and go, well, they're 110 feet this time. And then I come in to turn 3 the next time. Well, they're like 85 feet out. I know I'm getting closer. So time is great. Distance is everything at the end of the day. Yeah. As far as the time part of it, if I'm past 0.7, it's useless because I'm not getting any draft, right? Now I've got to go, okay, what's it going to take to get there, or am I getting there? So keep that in mind. Which brings me into like telemetry tools with getting better. Tracking your telemetry, bar none, will net you the best positive way to find speed. Garage 61 is a great resource. Check the top times, see what guys are doing, compare it to your own, and don't compare qualifying lap times. Like look at the fuel in the car.
Lap times.
Well, look at how much fuel's in the car before you just look at that guy's lap time. Like you can't go, oh, that's the fastest guy on Garage 61 for this track. No, make sure it's the current season. Like let's compare this smartly, right? Because that's the only way that you're going to find out where you're making those mistakes and where you need to get on the gas, get on the brakes, let it coast, turn it in. These are all things that affect tires. It'll affect your fuel usage even. I've seen guys fly and barely use fuel. So it's all, again, here comes that word, relative. Everything is relative to something. And, I'll say it. Cale Spicer is probably one of the best guys I've ever seen in a mile and a half. With the way that he saves tires, saves fuel, and still flies. Find that guy that is your kryptonite to beat, right? And go, okay, I need to figure out how to beat him. And focus on it. Like, again, practice. 7P rule. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. So, and you don't got to complicate it. You can keep it pretty simple, stupid. There's the KISS rule for you. You don't have to do all this crazy shit to find speed. It's actually easier than you think. So use your telemetry tools by all means. I don't care if it's, if you've got a setup shop that gives you a telemetry deal, if you've got just Garage 61, Track Titan, you name it. This works for road too. It's not just an oval thing. So that's something to look at. A lot of guys run button boxes. If you're really into getting the most realistic, you're going to have a button box of some sort, whether that's an old iPad with a Stream Deck, if that's a physical button box. If you want that immersion, by all means, go for it. But if you're just starting out, don't waste your money on it. Seriously, get to where you're comfortable in the sim, and you're going to want to spend a lot of time in this sim, because otherwise, again, find a bucket, throw your money in it, set it on fire, and you'll do yourself a service. At least you won't have a bunch of stuff that you're never going to use, and then, I think we already touched on this a little bit, but and I'm going to lump these back in together. What tech actually matters, and avoiding unnecessary upgrades. Two things that are huge. So if you're just starting out and you're thinking you're going to get into this, if you're going to do this for a little bit of a long term, find a good wheel and pedals. It could be used, or you can buy brand new. That's fine too. Get something get something with a load cell brake. Just don't even worry about the Logitech shit. Leave it at Best Buy on the shelf. Do yourself that favor. Leave that shit at Best Buy on the shelf. Go buy a Moza. Go buy a Thrustmaster. Something that has a load cell brake. Because you're going to spend $300 on that Logitech. 150, 200 more. I got a load cell brake pedal. And if you use it for a year and then say, hey, this isn't for me, you can offload it to somebody else. Trust me. There's a market out there for that stuff, but don't waste your time with the junk Logitech stuff. It's just, it's not worth it. The only reason that it worked for us was because I had it. Then I went and bought my Moza stuff. Robin took that wheel and pedals. and it worked out, right? Not everybody has that luxury, so do yourself a favor. I hate to say it, but buy once, cry once. Now,
Yeah.
granted, I'm in a position now where I've had my Moza pedals for 3 years, and I'm looking at upgrading because things are starting to wear out. I really want hydraulic pedals, and I found something that kind of fits my budget, is a good replacement, and that's the direction I'm going to go. But again, buy once, cry once. Unfortunately, it's like $600, but you know what? I'll have what I want. I'll have parts for Robin's pedals as those start to wear. There's advantages here, right? Like, at least I have an advantage of if I upgrade, chances are high Robin has something that's a little bit lesser. She's doing it as a hobby. The chance of it breaking really isn't there. So we can kind of offset that cost a little bit, right? And get yourself a good direct drive wheel. Don't waste your time with the gear, the belt stuff. Like, just, even if it's a Moza R5, seriously, you'll be a lot happier, and you'll have a lot more fun, in my
I
opinion.
love my Moza.
And it's not even like the strong one. It's just the F5, or you get the R5, and it works.
R5?
Yeah, it works good.
I love it.
I could jump on her rig right now, run the same lap times that I usually run.
Yeah,
No
I love
problem. So, but yeah, I think that's our tech and trends at the moment. I feel like that kind of hit it home. So if you didn't take anything out of the rest of this podcast, hopefully you've got that part.
Hopefully you stayed long enough to listen to that part, because that was the most important.
Yes. Now we're going to get into kind of the wind down of this, and just don't go anywhere yet. We're not completely done. But we have a 2026 major events roadmap. I know I talked about it a little bit in the year-end review video. But we got a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Lot of things this year as a channel.
Yeah.
Like, not just me, my wife too.
Yeah. If you know me, I love coordinating events. So
I think she had the most successful event out of the two of us.
I did.
I think she had the most people sign up. So
yeah.
But we're gonna try and go through this as calendar correct as possible. We'll do that. So first things first, I think she's excited for it. That one over there.
What are you excited for?
We have Fast Car coming back in almost, well, it's the 31st. It's the 31st at time of recording. We come back the 22nd, weekend after the Daytona 500. And I'm just going to bust out some of the changes here. I'll put this out in an announcement. But the biggest change, the single biggest change, and I know I'm going to catch some heat for this, but I'm doing this for your own good.
And a little bit for my mental health too.
You'll say that I'm fucking crazy, that I'm just doing it to be a dick, but I'm just going to say it. We are going to abolish the overlap between slow car and fast car. That there will be a hard limit 1500 that will stay all year.
Talking about iRating in case.
Correct. It'll be oval iRating, and we'll use that even for the special events. We will always use oval iRating, so there's no confusion. But there's going to be a hard limit 1500. You want to get in a fast car? We're gonna use this as a little bit of a teaching tool at the same time. I really encourage everybody to try to push their iRating. That's what I'm trying to do here.
We have faith in you.
Well, this isn't me trying to be an asshole, but
no.
We want to see good competitive racing, and I think this is going to do it for both. It's going to help the slow car side. It's going to help the fast car side, and hopefully, you guys that are listening that are drivers, I'm really hoping that it helps you too. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that. I think there's some guys out there that have low iRatings that can be better. Trust me when I say this. For anybody that's listening, you can always get better. 100%. That is our single biggest change. The other thing that obviously we have is we're going to do the track champions this year, which I think that's going to be really cool.
I'm so excited for this.
I'm excited to get the first order of flags sent out.
Me too.
I think that's going to be really cool. We will have we're going to have a season championship. So, we run four tracks. When we're done with all 4 tracks, there's one season. When we're done with the next, there's all 4 tracks again, because we're going to do this twice. That'll be the end of the second season. We'll take our break because it'll be right around about that time. And we're going to have an all-star race. Any winner from this season will go in to the all-star race.
Now, are you saying fast car and slow car all in one, or 2 separate?
Yes, it will be a combined. So even if you're in slow car, you can win your way. This is a win in, you're in.
Yeah.
This is not a points thing. Winners only. We'll call it our clash. Call it the clash, call it the all-star race, call it the Winston Million if you want to. But winning, you're in. We take everybody. Everybody qualifies, it wins. And we'll have an all-star race of some sort. I don't know what that's going to be yet. If it's going to be short track, or if we're going to do a super speedway and we're going to go balls to the wall and we'll do open setups, kind of an ideal. I'm still working on the details for that.
Mm-hmm.
But winning, you're in. And that'll be the end of the year race. That will happen. That will be the last weekend that we run before we take the break. I think that's a solid idea. And slow car guys, this gives you a chance to show the fast car guys that you're better.
Yeah.
I have faith.
You guys already in slow car already know that you make my life so much easier.
Yeah, you guys
than
don't,
fast
you guys
car
don't wreck
does.
like crazy. So that's the big one for the whole year, obviously.
Do you want to explain Track Champion now, or do you not want to get into it fully yet?
I mean, we can. So the way that the Track Championship will work, we run 4 cars at each track. We will keep points for all 4 cars, and there will be a track.
It's like per month. So think of it this way: we're doing 1 track per month, a new car every week.
Yep.
The person who wins the most or has the most points at the end of that month, basically, is the track champion.
Yes. And something to go along with that, and I forgot about this, you will get considerable bonus points if you can pull off a 0x race. When I say considerable bonus points, you will get 50% of a win. Yep.
What?
50% of a win if you can pull it off with a 0x. So if you win and a 0x, you just did 1.5 wins.
Comes the drama. I can't wait for this one.
If I'm going to go big, we're going to go big.
I can't believe you wrecked me. I had a 0x. How dare you come up onto the track? You know how many reviews I'm going to have to do?
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. It's totally fine. It's
it's helped my 87s league.
They
get 5 bonus points.
Listen, I have no issues with it. I think it's a great idea. I just think 50% is a freaking ton, but
it's going to be wild.
Man.
So, yep. But so that's fast car. The next thing that we have up on the list as far as the way that it's scheduled, we got the Firecracker 400 coming back. I'm really excited for that because a lot of guys had fun last year. We had 43 guys sign up. We had a full field. I really want to get the duels in this year. I think we can do it. I think if we push it hard enough, we're going to probably run it through the Legends Racing Network Discord because I think that it's a great spot for it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the link will be down in the description.
What month is this usually in?
What we're going to do, because it's the Firecracker 400 is historically July 4th weekend.
Okay, that's right.
So we don't run into
my favorite holiday.
So we don't run into the issue of the iRacing official. We're going to do it the week before. So we'll have that all nailed down. The week before is when we're going to do it. So that'll be a thing. So make sure that, mark your calendar, check the Discord. I will have announcements in multiple Discords as we get closer. And I think we did $30 last year. So we'll probably, I'm going to up it just a little bit to 35 because of what we're going to try and do. Also, if you are a company that wants to sponsor it, reach out to me. We've got a lot of different prizes that we did last year. It was a huge fucking hit. I think a lot of guys are going to have a lot of fun again. And I'm hoping to see most of the regulars from the 87 series as well. But yeah, like I said, if you've got a business, you want to sponsor it, let me know, hit me up. Pretty flexible on the packages and that sort of thing. So, but I think that'll be a hoot. Then we've got, I don't know, probably my biggest vacation of the year.
Yeah.
I didn't cover this in I did cover it in the year-end video. I didn't get into it too much. But one event that I've done since I was a kid, we've got the 100th running of the Jack Pine Enduro. And I'll touch a little bit on what that is. The Jack Pine Enduro is the oldest off-road event in the United States. Think about that for a second. It predates the AMA, the American Motorcyclist Association, by 3 years. The only reason it's the 100th this year is because of World War II, COVID. It put all that stuff on hold. Everything was on hold during World War II. So it should have been 2023 would have been the 100th, but because of, outside influences, we're a couple of years down the road. I've got a huge project coming up for that. And when I say huge, we're talking an 1.5 hour long documentary style video. We're going to have tons of interviews. We're going to have stuff from the races. We're going to have stuff from the president of the club. We've got the layout crew we're going to do interviews with. I've got past winners. I've got a very special guest that I don't really want to spoil. My wife already kind of knows about it. That's going to be in it. We're even, and he doesn't even realize it yet. We're gonna have my dad in it. My dad doesn't do shit on this channel, so I think this is going to be exciting.
You shouldn't have said anything.
The big part is this is my dad's last one. This is his last rodeo. He's been racing it every year since 1981. So we're going to get that side of it. Like, what's it going to be like to retire? It's something that you've done for your entire racing career. So that'll be exciting. There's going to be a lot of vintage motorcycles. There's going to be a lot of laughing, a lot of crying. This is going to be something for the books. I'm hoping to get a lot more club members involved, which will be really cool because there's some that have been there for a very, very long time. I'm also working on the club historian who, and dear, I know you know Gordy Abfalter. His mom is 97 years old and is the club historian. She was there during the very early years, and her husband was an original Pathfinder with Oscar Lenz. So cool. That'll make it cool. I'm trying to get the winningest bike in Jack Pine history on video, which is a 1937 Harley Davidson, 7-time winner. So that'll be neat.
7-time winner.
Yes. We used to race Harleys through the woods. Yes. Fucking nuts, I know. So that is going to be the culmination of a lot of time on a video. So I hope everybody on the channel enjoys it. I think it'll be kind of cool, kind of different from what we usually do. So then we've got the Sim Gaming Expo coming up in September.
So excited.
We've already got rooms booked. We got JD Dennis coming with us. So that'll be a good time. Hoping to test a lot more stuff. We're going to see if we can't get some press passes and that sort of thing and do another video again for that.
Yep.
And then kind of to wrap up our year of special events, because I don't really want to add more than what we've got this year. We've got your event.
Yes, we've got the Tata Dega in October.
We raised, what, $1,000 last year?
We raised $1,000 in 2025 for breast cancer awareness. It went to the Susan G. Komen Foundation.
So I'm gonna challenge anybody that's watched this far. I want to see us double that this year.
I would love to see us double that.
I want to see $2,000.
Yeah.
Like, that's the goal.
I don't know what you guys want me to do this year. I dyed my hair pink when we hit the goal entries. I'll do it again.
I will up the ante.
Will
Are you
dye yours?
ready? Are you ready for this?
Drum roll, please.
If we hit $2,000 by that race day, and we'll probably start the donation stuff early. If you want to send it to us in PayPal and I can put it in, we'll do that because I think the website goes live, a week before?
Yeah, I usually put it up for it's usually the Friday before the event. It will open, and then it'll be open for a whole week after the event too. So I could probably open it the week before as well. That would be fine. Yeah.
Right. So if we start taking donations on our side 2 weeks prior,
Yeah.
if we hit $2,000 by the time the race day is to happen, I will not only dye my hair, I will dye my fucking beard pink too.
Will you?
I will do that.
No shit.
I will have my wife will bleach it, and we will dye my beard and my hair.
Can we record it and like everybody can watch it?
Yep. I will turn the camera on when I broadcast it, because after the race gets over, I'm gonna have to shave my fucking face and my head.
Come on, you guys.
So I can go to work.
We have 9 months.
But you got 9 months to figure out how the hell y'all are getting
9 months to see how much we can how we can raise this money for breast cancer awareness and get AJ to dye his hair and his beard.
I will dye it pink for the day.
Oh, for the day?
Well, yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. The day is fine. I'll take that.
I'm not excited to dye the beard if we get that far, because the mustache is not going to be fun. But if we hit $2,000, all of this will be pink.
We can do it.
So there's the challenge to the channel. But I think we've got a lot of major planning and travel ahead of us here.
We do.
In the next year. So that'll be.
Not sure what we are definitely going to the Michigan race again this year.
No.
Not sure what.
That's graduation weekend.
Oh shoot.
We talked about that. Yeah. So you forgot already.
I did forget. Our communication is lacking. I'm just kidding.
Actually, speaking of the Michigan race, I do know an ARCA driver looking for sponsorship so he can run the ARCA race at Michigan. If you want some information, let me know. If you've watched any of my live streams, you'll probably know who I'm talking about. It is Miguel Gomes, the Portugal ARCA racer. He's looking for sponsorship to come to Michigan and race. So just kind of putting the word out, trying to see what we can do. We may even I may put together a little bit of a fundraiser race, see if we can't help him out. And if we don't raise enough money for him to be able to race Michigan, I'll just have him put it towards another race and have him throw the logo on the car or something. So we may try to do that as it gets closer to like May time, something like that. So that might be the only other thing that I add outside of my usual fundraiser races and stuff that we do here on the channel.
Our charity races and things.
Yeah. Yeah. But all right, down to our last major segment of all of this. So we're gonna do a segment every week, and that includes with our guest that we'll have on. We're gonna do a week in review within within iRacing or gaming, whatever you want to call it. So obviously the thing that I've done this week is it's been Dega week. It was Dega week last week with the Legends officials. And for me, I'm constantly looking for speed right now in the open setup stuff. But overall, I think things went well. We turned around some iRating losses and things of that nature. Learned some things with the setups that we didn't really plan for because of weather, whatnot. But the PRS team's got a couple of wins this week, which is good. We had a couple of wins last week. I even pulled off a win last week.
Yeah.
And I don't win very often.
I pulled off a win last week too, but
yes, against Jeff Byers.
Against Jeff Byers, yes, I did.
My win was against Jeff Byers.
That's right.
We both 1-2 with Jeff. We love Jeff,
and it was like mine was one day, and then AJ's was like the next day.
Yeah,
we love.
I love Jeff. Jeff's a great guy.
Yeah,
but there was a couple of times where I may got a little overzealous, wound up in a wreck or two, and you know, it's racing. I can get pissed all I want, but
where was your win?
Dega.
In the 87s.
Yes.
Was that the fixed?
Yep.
Okay.
That was in
I was just trying to remember.
the regular series. So
yeah. In the 87 series.
Yes, not the WNIS.
Yes.
So
okay.
I pulled
off a P10 in the 87s at Daytona in the Liberty League.
Yeah.
Went from like 34th to 10th in their 20th year anniversary race they did.
Shout out to Trailer Park Boy for wrecking the field.
Trailer Park Crash, as somebody would call him.
Schroeder calls him.
We're just kidding.
Well, just ease up, Trailer Park, dude.
He's just not an 87s driver.
Hey, he's just the king of the trailer hood, all right?
He's just a one-lap champ.
Oh, there it is. But yeah, so next week, last week of the WNIS with Homestead, we've got that coming up. So I'll be in that. I'm gonna probably start running some next gen stuff. Road to Pro kicks off week after next.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, dear? What do you got coming up?
What do I have coming up? Nothing really. Liberty on Tuesdays. That's really. I have nothing going on until Fast Car comes back in a few weeks. I have been drowning myself in Arc Raiders and Fortnite. I don't even remember sometimes what it's like to drive a race car. Oh,
sorry,
that's okay. That was the best comedy show. Yeah, no, I have nothing except for Tuesday nights.
Yeah, it's kind of a boring week.
Yeah.
Get good, scrub.
Oh, whatever. Just a hobby.
Oh, that's fair.
For me.
That's fair. All right. So I think on that note, I think this is a good place to kind of, we're gonna wrap some things up. Yeah, I think this was a good intro back to the podcast. What we're looking for, what it's gonna be like. Kind of, keep things a little more mellowed, so it's not a bunch of people talking over each other. Have a little bit more structure to it. This is kind of, I think, what we envisioned when we started this, and we kind of got away from that, and I think this is gonna make things more interesting. We may look at doing a couple of these live, if we can get the right people around at the right times.
We could do Q&As, or you guys could.
Yep.
Right in the comment section, if you're not in the comment section, but like if we were live and you'd be able to give us questions live, that would be helpful.
Right. So I think that's going to be really cool. And to kind of cover what we're like the goal here, we're going to make fun of each other. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to hopefully teach you guys how to become better at the same time, and kind of talk through what we go through as maybe content creators as an iRacer, because there's some there's some things that touch on there. And
I do have a channel, by the way, in case anybody that's watching this didn't know. I consider myself a content creator on TikTok. If you want to check it out, RobinAnn8907 on TikTok. I make some pretty trolly videos over there.
That she does. Sometimes it incites my rage. But I think that brings me into the point of who our next guest will be.
Oh,
or our very first guest.
Our very first guest. Our very first one.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say who it is? Or are we going to make them guess?
Well, we told them to guess at the top of the video. This is where they have to put their comment in if they didn't guess correctly.
Yeah.
If you're over in YouTube land, put your comment in. If you got this wrong, if you already put your comment in, but you got it wrong with what I'm about to tell you, we have none other than the Navy's finest, JD McHaley, coming on for the next episode of this podcast.
JD McHaley.
We're gonna touch on a lot of things. We'll talk about JD's Navy career. We'll talk about sim racing. We'll talk about his dad getting into sim racing. Even love Fatherball to death. Him and Mama Rita.
And his mom
Um,
racing too.
Oh God, yeah, we'll get
When
into
I
that.
spotted for her.
We're gonna get into a little bit of that
We have a
too.
lot. There's so much
So
that is to cover.
JD spent time at our house here recently, which was I don't want to spoil too much there, but let's just say, dude, man, never has seen snow.
Yeah, but he liked it. He never
He
once
did.
said he
He
was
did.
cold.
Nope. Even walked down the road in a t-shirt.
Yeah, I have photo proof.
Yep. So we're gonna have JD on for the next episode. So I don't think you're gonna want to miss that.
Nope.
Usually with the three of us, it's a pretty comical time. I'm
And
sure
if
we'll
there,
use some Discord buttons and things of that nature, but
I'm sure.
if there's anything that you guys want to see on this podcast, I strongly encourage you to put something in the comments down below. Help us out. Let's make this something that you guys want to watch, want to listen to. We're trying to make this as good as we can get it. I think that we have a good shot at that. But again, we can't do it without you. So whether it's in the Discord, whether it's here in the comments, whether you want to message us directly, that's fine too. But please give us the feedback. Let's try to make this something really, really cool. So
Yeah. Or if there's any guests that you want us to have on, let us know. Give us your ideas. We can always use those.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. So,
yeah.
So like I said, if you don't want to constantly watch the video, but you want to listen to it, I will have this up over on Spotify. Just search for the Revved Up podcast. We'll have that over there. And outside of that, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for putting up with me and my crazy wife.
Assistant. Yes. Thanks everybody for putting up with me and my crazy assistant. Husband.
Wow. Low-key joke. She calls me I might as well be the trash man because she makes me do that all the time too. But
yeah.
that's a story for another time. But on that note, everybody, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, we'll have JD on for the next one, and I think it'll be a lot more fun. So say good night, Robin.
Good night, Robin.
We'll see y'all later, guys.
Bye.